How was it to get the payout?
The best day of my life. It was great. It was great. It was very easy. I just sent out the payout request. It's bi-weekly.
Yeah.
And after a day or two, they replied to me. And that was it. Very quick.
Amazing. It's a great feeling. I'm sure of it. That's, not just for money wise, but also just to prove yourself that you can do that, right?
Yes. So like for me right now, just seeing you here, I feel like I achieved something.
Welcome everybody to another funded trader of Trader Pool. Today, Dana is with me. He's not just a funded trader, but he also got his first payout with us, about 5K. That was the number?
Yeah, 5,300.
Amazing. That's incredible. We'll talk with Dana about his journey coming from evaluation, passing it, how it's like to trade on the funded account, and of course, the moment you reach that goal. So Dana, tell us all about the beginning.
So it all began in 2020 when we were on a lockdown, and I wanted to come out of this lockdown with some knowledge. And while I was reading book Rich Dad Poor Dad, it was talking about stock market. And I don't know, it stuck with me. And I was reading more about it, got more interested, started looking at the market, and I thought, this is something I want to do. So I've been working on it, but without guidance. So it was very hard in the beginning. I have absolutely no idea what I'm reading. I read something 10 times. It still doesn't make sense to me. So over the years, I got some YouTube channels, reading more books, following people online, and it started to click maybe 3 years ago. Okay. And I think I did really well last year because I started doing a lot of trading daily. Because before that, I didn't have that option. And last year, I was trading every day. So that really helped me to be where I am right now.
Yeah, there is nothing like experience, watching the charts on and on, seeing the candle move in front of your eyes, and then you understand better. Like you said, it clicked, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing because, go ahead.
I'm saying all the books are great, but nothing beats experience. That's stressful.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. This is something that, you have your theory, but then you have the reality. And if you're not, it's like learning how to drive, right? You learn the stop signs, but if you're not actually sitting in front of the wheel and driving, it's all different story. Interesting that you mentioned Rich Dad Poor Dad. You're talking about it from like 2020, and I read this book at 2008, I guess. So it's amazing to see that it's still affecting others till this day. So that's incredible. That's also what got me into the market. And let's talk a little bit more about this area where you started to trade, found your niche. Is there any specific case or point where you can say, that was the shift for me? That's what got me into becoming more professional, becoming more advanced.
I started following, I got a course from Udemy, and the guy, he owns a prop firm too. And he was talking the price gap strategy, shorting the price gaps.
Okay.
And I've been doing it, but I've always made mistakes. Like I know it's going to drop, but when is it going to drop? How is it going to drop? What are the times? So that is something that I looked at for a long time. I think maybe over a year that I keep looking at this. And finally, it's been clicking, and I've been doing really well shorting them.
So it's mostly on earnings season that you're doing?
Anytime. I just look at, like, the first thing I look at when I wake up, I see a stock went up 80%, 100%. So I just look at the news, like what's happening. Maybe there's some good news, and that's it. That's all I look at.
Wow. Okay, so very technical on your level. So you're not going into the fundamental side.
No, just technical. Like I see a double top, I'm shorting it.
Okay, so let's dive in on that, because I know that guys that just heard you say that, they say, okay, I know what is a double top, but how do you know that that's the double top that you need to short, right?
Okay, yeah. So let's say I look at the market and I see this is not price cap. So this is when around 10 a.m. or whenever I see a stock, let's say from $3 starts to hit 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're just wondering, why is it doing something like crazy? Usually in the news, but then when I notice, there's a doji, like 2 long wicks and a very small body. That's something that I look at and I enter right there. I've seen this so many times, so it just clicks with me. So
it's amazing. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. So when I see that, and then the candle closes, I enter right away. And then that's when I see the first price drop. And I just sell right away, maybe 50 cents, 60 cents. Now I know I have, a little more to risk with, to play with. And then I see slowly the price going back up. And then I target the same line as the resistance where the doji was formed. And I enter again right there. So that was my double top. And then now I know like the price can drop more than 50 cents, maybe $1 or $2. That's how I got some of my big wins.
Got it. We'll see in a second the dashboard and the stats, and of course the trades that you made on your funded account. You also reached the target on your funded account, so you scaled the account, right? You get, once you reach the target on your funded account, you actually get more buying power and more daily allowance. So you get more flexibility. And something that you mentioned about the doji and basically the double top, or are you also looking for the bottom? You're looking for a double bottom, or same concept to go long?
So before I used to go long, I had my own account. It was like 400, and I took that 400 to 3,000, all going longs. But I realized when I go long in small caps, it's very risky. They crash pretty quickly. So I stopped doing longs for now. So I just backtest stuff for the meantime until I have more confidence to go longs.
And going back for that doji that you mentioned, are you looking for a specific level? I mean, how do you know? You said it goes from 3 to 5, 6, 7. How do you know that that's it? 7 is the right place, or 9 is the right place? Maybe it will go to 12.
I wouldn't know. That's the risk I'm taking. But I've seen it. It's based on backtests too. I've seen it a lot, and I'm like, okay, if it keeps going higher, then I'm out. Like 3 cents, 4 cents, I'm out.
Okay, so you always give yourself that space, and not a whole lot of it. It's not working, you're out.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, I'm out.
Let's see how it played out. You did take your payout nicely, so I mean, it works pretty well. Let's go to your funded account and see what's going on there. So like I said, for those of you not familiar, every trader gets his own dashboard, and you can see your stats and the progress and everything around it. So you had the funded of the mini buying power, where you did a nice move there, and you have the funded account of the super buying power, which is $80,000 buying power. Let's look at it. So that's the first one, basically the 80,000 when you reach the profit. Once, like I said, once you reach your profit within the funded account, you actually get more buying power and more daily allowance. So pretty nice chart here. The success rate is off the chart. I mean, 81%, that's incredible. We'll talk about that. But on the other side, the risk reward ratio is negative. But of course, with this success rates that is super high, you can easily make money even if your risk reward is lower, right? What's the deal here? How you handle it? I mean, you're looking for that success rate and closing the trade very, very fast. How do you usually handle your stats?
I usually close the trade pretty fast. I usually work from 12 p.m. in the Eastern time. So I only have like about 2 hours to trade. So all my trades are pretty quick. So I usually end at 11 from 9:30 to 11. And I see like if I have $500 wins, it's a $500 win. I'm happy with that. That's good for the day.
Yeah. And you're doing great. You had few very nice one on the YIBO with 2,500, and then you had on RNAZ 1,400. Like I said, mostly, as you can see, guys at home as well, it's mostly small caps, right? And also, as you mentioned, shorting those small caps. So looking for that strong move, and then basically to short them at the top. And it's funny that you mentioned you did say something interesting that you don't really know, right? You don't really know if that's the top. And there are tons of traders that are asking us, and also online, when are you reaching the top? Like, how do I know that this is the top? And the best answer that you gave, was the right one. We don't really know if that's the top, but we know that if it will go from here, it might do a nice pullback or change direction. And of course, you have your stop loss to protect you on that trade. So that's a very nice one. Are you usually going all in at once, like in this situation, or you break it down with a few scales?
I'll go all in.
Okay. Did you ever try to scale in and build the position, or this is something that you do from day one?
So let's say I'm in with the 500 shares. It drops 50 cents. So I'm up to 50. So I sell right away. I'm aware of how the patterns move. I know it's gonna go a little bit up and then drop again. So I enter that level again with 500 shares again. So I don't take out anything.
And I say that now that you progressed to the new funded account, so you didn't start to trade it yet, right?
No, hopefully today.
Amazing. You have 85K to trade with. That's enough buying power to trade anything, right? I mean, even large cap. Did you ever try, by the way, trading large cap and going for the big names?
I have previously, and it didn't really work out.
Did it?
No. So I need to do more backtests. I don't want to do it anymore. So I did it in my mini buying power. I was trading Tesla, Nvidia, and all of that big names, but it wasn't working for me.
And when you say then that you're backtesting, what exactly are you doing there?
So I have the trading view with a replay bar. So I use that and just see what levels should I buy? How are the candles forming? What are the volumes? Where's the VWAP? So that's what I look at. I'm just practicing, so it's not really developed yet.
Yeah,
it's not there yet.
I think that's what amazing about, obviously I'm biased, but that's what amazing about our platform. What we give is the fact that you can still continue the progress, develop yourself as a trader and still make money on top of that, right? Because maybe if you are a professional, you will have your own account, big size, and do whatever you do. But let's face it, most of the traders are, between 1 year to 3 years, and it's super hard to make money on your broker account when you're trading with no experience. On the other end, I saw traders, our funded traders that gain great profits and build their consistency through us using our platform and everything that we supply. So that's incredible to see. And like you said, you've been in the game for 5 years, roughly from the COVID, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing to see that we can provide this. Are you still, by the way, trading on your own capital as well?
No, I stopped that. I just did one swing trade and then I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it anymore.
That's amazing to see. So then, you've been through the evaluation, past few of them, got funded, made money. What can you tell someone that just started the evaluation? Maybe someone that's listening right now and saying, you know what, I want to at least try it, right? What is it that they need to focus on?
I would say do a lot of backtests, a lot of practicing before going in, because you're spending money on this evaluation. So just be prepared before you go in and do anything. Just backtest, practice. If it doesn't work, change your strategy. Have a journal, to see where you're making mistakes, how you can avoid them. Just do anything you can to improve and go for it.
Amazing. How was it to get the payout?
Oh, it was amazing. The best day of my life. It was great. It was very easy. I just sent out the payout request. It's bi-weekly.
Yeah.
And after a day or two, they replied to me, and that was it. Very quick.
Amazing. It's a great feeling. I'm sure of it. That's, not just money wise, but also just to prove yourself that you can do that, right?
Yes. So for me right now, just seeing you here, I feel like I achieved something.
That's
incredible. I'm very happy
to
have this interview.
Amazing. Alrighty. Thanks so much for that. Of course, guys at home that want to check us out, go to tradethepool.com. Hopefully you will be the next funded trader and get your payout as well. Again, thank you, Dan, and maybe we'll do a few other videos at the end, after a few more payouts.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Take care. Bye, guys.